Hello guys, let's look at how you tackle a normalization question. Like this question here, the table below shows records extracted from BD Motors. Create a database, name it BD Motors, 1 mark. So the point of interest is the questions. We have the customer name, the customer address, the customer town, car registration number, car type, car make, car price, customer ID, and amount paid. So here you are supposed to extract two tables, a table to keep car details and a table to keep customer details. So if you are very keen, you need to do something called normalization, that is fixing field names and data types according to where they belong. So the first question is, using the data above, create a table that will hold car details and another table to hold customer details. Name them as TBL car in capital letters and TBL customer. Customer is in capital letters respectively. That means following each other, and set appropriate primary keys. The next question is, create relationship between the two tables and enforce referential integrity. The next question is, create different input forms for each table. Name them FRM car is in capital, and FRM customer. Use them to enter data, 12 marks. So guys, what you're supposed to do here is to normalize the table. That is, you divide the fields according to where they belong without really having duplicates. And for that case, if we go to Microsoft Access, we have the car table. We have the car table. This one, it is supposed to be a TRB car. So we have the car registration number. We have the car type. We have the car make and the car price. This is now the actual table that you're supposed to come up with. So this is the primary key, and for that key case I save that one and then cross it, then rename it. I need to rename. You cannot rename a table when it is open. So this one is TBR car. Remember, spelling mistakes are checked. Then the next point, we have that is the customer ID, the customer name, customer address. That is, we have this one should be text. Then we have amount paid should be currency, and also we have the car number. Car number must be included since the customer here will own the car. The customer will own the car number, so the car number will be associated with the customer, and for that case this is the foreign key here. Data type must be correct. So here, according to this point here, you must check whether there are duplicates in the customer ID, and in case there are duplicates, then that says, or that one cannot be the primary key. And therefore for this case we have the customer name. Customer name cannot be a primary key. Address cannot be a primary key, and for that case we just have this one as the foreign key. And for that case, right click cross, then answer this yes, go to this one, right click, rename. This is the TBR customer. So we have our two fields. For that case, we go to the next part and do the relationship. We have database tools relationship. Then in this dialog box, double click, then cross this. Now we must check whether this one will be related to this. So we have one-to-many relationship. You enforce and click on create, and for that case guys, we have one-to-many relationship by the help of our foreign key, that is car registration number. And for that case I save that one and cross. Then we proceed to the next part of the question. So we go to the next part of the question. So we just click this one and see what happens. So display a report showing only the details, only the details showing only the details of customers who have cleared paying for the cars. Name the report as RPT cleared. Add cleared customer as the title of the report. So guys, here you're supposed to go and check the customers who has cleared. So you must compare the price of the car and the amount paid. So we just go to this point here. So you must include this car price and also include the amount paid. That means we must create a query. And for that case, guys, you just go to create, you go to query design. For that case, you bring the TRB car, TRB customer. These are two tables. So we need to see the customers who has cleared. That means customer ID, customer name, then amount paid, and the car price. Then from there, we can be in a position now to see the balance. If the balance is 0, that means that guy has cleared balance. So the balance here, if the balance is 0, so we shall just come here and type the car price, that is the car price. We put square brackets there, square brackets, so minus square bracket, since there is space, amount paid. Spellings are crucial. If you don't check the spelling, you'll get a parameter value. So guys, after having done that one, you see now I have the car price minus the amount paid, and therefore I just need to save this one and run. Therefore this query is called we just call it as its predecessor, that is PT cleared. So we shall be in a position to know it. So if I run this query of mine, it should give me the balance. So guys, you can see John, Uhuru. Okay, these guys, some of these guys have cleared. The guys with the 0 balance have cleared the expected amount, and for that case we can now populate the report from here. So I just click on that one, then I click on this report. The report is populated for me automatically. So this is the report, and for that case I have been asked to have the report title. So I right click, go to design view. This is the report title. It should be cleared, capital letters, cleared customer. So that's what the examiner is expecting me to do, and then I save it as exactly as its predecessor. So this is my report. The next question I proceed is, using the two tables, create an outline report showing customer details, the total amount paid by each customer and total amount expected by BD Motors. Name the report summary, and the title is overall customer report, 8 marks. So before we go to that, we were expected to create forms. So you are supposed to come to this point here you click here, then you choose object type, so that report goes to its house, queries goes to its house, and tables are remained in their house. So you just need to click the table, then you click this button form. There we are, that is a form. Right click, cross. Then on the other hand, you can also have this one, that is the TRB customer. Then you just click on form. So this is the form. You can use it to enter more data, and also you can use it to do a number of specifications. For that case, we have our two forms named according to their respective tables. So you can see we have tables, query, and forms. So we can proceed with the next question. The question reads that, using the two tables, wherever you hear using the two tables, you are expected to create a query. So we go to the query, table 1, table 2. So I want to use the two tables. So using the two tables, you are supposed to create outline report showing customer details. So customer details are all of this. Customer name. Okay, we can start with the customer ID. then customer name, address, town, and amount paid. Those are the customer details. And expected amount, that is the total amount paid by each customer and the total amount expected. That means you must come and take car price. That's what the examiner is talking about. Then you can save that one as expected. That is, name the report as summary. So using this query, if I run it, I'll be in a position to have my summaries. So I just go now to summary, then you click this button, report. It produces for you a report with the total amounts here, down here. You'll get the amount expected. So we have this. You can just right click, go to design view, and then adjust this one. You see it has the expected amount, the sum. So save, run, summary. It's called summary. So guys, you can see down here I have the expected amount by the BD Motors company. Then we can also go and see this field. This field, you can reduce the size. You need to increase the size of this. So I just need to reduce the size of this. Good. So that exactly, this is what is expected for me. So I save that one. You can alternatively use the wizard, that is report wizard. Then send everything to your right hand side. Next. Here you can choose customer ID. Next. Then we need to have an outlined. That is the outlined report. So I just go to finish. That's another method of creating a report. But for this one, I have to adjust by going to design view. Then I cross this. I need to adjust this field, amount paid. Also can pull these ones so that I can also increase the car price. Then save, run. You see now, then from here I can just perform a calculation. Right click, go to design view. Before you go to the calculation, type the heading as asked by the examiner, that is overall customers report. That way, then that is the heading expected by the examiner. You can have it that way. That is our heading. Then we need to do calculations in the report footer. You can watch my videos on how to calculate report footer, that is the calculations in the report footer. So you just take the text box and draw it here. So here I need to have the expected amount by the BD, that is car price. I need to have this one, car price. So I just come to this point and type equals sum, open the bracket, then you have your field and close the bracket. So this is the total expected. Here I just put that bracket that way. So this is the total expected, by BD. So after doing this one, probably you can just increase the font size by going to format, take it to 14 and borrowed, then color black. Probably you can increase it. So if I run this home view, you'll be in a position to see the amount just exactly as the one I had here. You see it is the same amount, that wherever. But this method I have used, this is the best method because the examiner will expect you to do this. So when I save this one, right click cross, I go here and change the name. The examiner has told me to save it as summary. So I can just call it summary 1 because I had summary, and this now I delete this so that I can now rename this one again, rename to summary, then press enter. So guys, this is what you expected to do in that question. So we proceed. Create a query to display the car details and balances of less than 500k but not less than this. Name it as a QRY bar. So we go and do that one. We need to go to create, then query design. We are creating a query using the card details. So double click, double click, double click, double click. But we need to have the balance. So we also include the sister by right clicking or click this button show table, then customer, then we include amount paid. So we can calculate the balance. Balance equals to car price, that is it is equals to car price, close the bracket, minus, open the bracket, amount paid. Remember, spelling mistakes must be checked. Then I tick. If you don't tick this one, it will not be shown. This one you must tick this. So the formula here, the formula is bar equals to car price minus amount paid. So I save that one as small letters Q query, that is QRY bar. Spelling mistakes must be checked. So I click on OK. Once I click on OK, I can run my query. You see now I have my balance calculated. I go back to design view. The examiner has said that the balance should be less than 500 and not less than 300. So the balance should be between 300,000 and 500,000. That is the criteria. So this is what you're supposed to type there, that between that one and that one, then run. So you see the balance is between 300 and 500, not more than, not less than. So that's how you are supposed to go about it. Just type between 3,000 and 500. So I save, I cross that one. Then guys, we proceed to the next question. The next question is that using there is this one. Create a report showing the car type, the total sales for each type, and grand total. Name the report as RPT grand. This one I had covered in my previous videos. You're supposed to do something called sort and group, that is group and sort. So what you're supposed to do is to go and create such a report, and for that case you create a query. Then you go to car details, and also this customer details. So you're supposed to use which fields? You're supposed to use the car type, and the total sales. So car price, that is the amount paid, that is the sales. So these are the two fields that I am supposed to have. So if I run, I have these cars and the amount paid. So I save it as RTP grand. Then I click on OK. Then from here, I just now needed to create a report by hitting on RTP. So it should be RPT. RPT, click on OK. So RTP grad, I hit this button report, it produces for me the report. So this is my report. What I'm supposed to do now is to right click, go to design view. I want to add a group, so I hit this button here. This button is called group and sort. I click on it. Then you see add a group down here. So I'm adding group of car type. Then more. What am I supposed to be? Amount paid total here. You go to this one, is to amount paid, then grad total and subtotals in the group footer, like that. Then I save that one. Then the RTP grad, then I view. There we are. You see now cars has been grouped according to Saron. This is what we have. We have 3 track, but we need to subtotal, not to count. So I go again to more here totaled by, not count, but sorry, we go to amount paid. Here we change to, that is to sum grade total, and then show total. So I save it, then run. You see, I get the totals. There we are, guys. This one, Rory, we have one with 2 million. Buses, we have 19 million, like that. Trucks, pickups, we have 3.5, and the rest. So that's how you're supposed to tackle that question. Then, guys, we proceed to the next question. The next question is using a landscape orientation, print. So you're supposed to print these ones, and for that case, you are just need to open it. Then whenever you open it like that, you can press Control P. Then from Control P, you can set those fields. Like you can now set whether properties. You can set whether you are printing landscape here, whether you are printing landscape. These ones here. You see now we have landscape and the others. So you just choose those ones in the printout. So guys, that is the access question. You can proceed to the Excel question. That is a Microsoft Excel question. So we just open it and see what the examiner is asking us to do. So we have just a company is a company dealing with the collection and payment of tea farmers. Assuming you are working for the company and you have been given the following data. You have zone, farmer ID, name, green leaves, delivery, gross pay, transport cost, deduction, and net pay. So you are asked, enter the data shown in a spreadsheet, giving it an appropriate title, centered, and save the workbook as Form 3 mock. You're supposed to save it as Form 3 mock. Rename the worksheet as entries, 10 marks. Copy the data to a new worksheet and enter the details of Farmer Mike of Zone A, number 147, blah, 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 blah. Insert borders, that is insert borders. Then using a function, calculate the gross pay for farmer number 142, given that the price of green leaves is this per kg. Copy the formula for gross pay down the column. Then using if function to calculate transport cost for all farmers, given the transport is charged per this zone A, etc. Then insert value 20%. So this is the Excel question, and therefore I have typed for you the data. So the next thing you're supposed to do is to assign the border. That is go to this point here and then insert borders. Then copy the data to a new worksheet. Copy the data to a new worksheet. Copy. Go to a new worksheet and paste. This is what we have. Then enter details of farmer Mike. There is a farmer called Mike of zone A. So you go to zone A. The farmer number is 147, and then you are supposed to he's supposed to have his Mike. Then green leaves he brought 632 kgs. That is also you can include the borders for him. That is the 147. So what you are really supposed to do is you can bring this one up there. You can take it up. Alternatively, you can just sort this. Go to data, sort by what? Sort by farmer ID. Like that, he automatically got 147 by default. So insert details appropriately in the row. You have seen how I have done it. I have inserted at the last row, then sort. That is a skill. Then using a function, calculate the gross pay for farmer number 142. This is the first guy, gross pay. Given that each kg is 14 shillings. So you just type equals 14 multiplied by, you click on green leaves, press enter. So from there you just drag this one down. Once you have calculated the gross pay, then the next point is copy the formula downwards. I have done that. Then we had seen that Use the E function to calculate transport cost for all farmers given that transport is charged per kg as follows. So we had looked at that one, for zone A, it's 1 shilling per kg, B 1.5, and zone C is 2.0. So what you're supposed to do to calculate the transport here is just to come here and type equals to if open the bracket, if this one equals to A, text is uncrossed with quotes. If it's A, then it is 1 bob multiplied by the number of kgs, this one, comma, if, again, open the bracket, if A2 equals to zone B, then it is 1.5. It is 1.5 multiplied by, it's 1.5 multiplied by the number of kgs, that is D2, comma, for zone C, you can just put it directly. It is D2 multiplied by 2, like that. Then you close the bracket and press enter. Then you press yes. So this guy will be given transport charges of that. So if I click on this one, you can be in a position to see the formula I have used up there. Then the next point, I save that, go to the next point. The next point is the next question. Insert 20% in cell E14. Using absolute cell referencing, calculate the deduction given that the cooperative deducts 20% of the transport cost. The deduction is 20% of the transport cost. So you are supposed to go to E2. So I go to where E14. This is where E14 is. So in E14, I'm supposed to type 20%. That is 20%. 20%. That's what I'm supposed to do. It is equivalent to 0.2. So we are being told that this 20% should be multiplied to transport as a deduction. So I just come to this point, type a $sign. That is to show that this one is absolute. So E again $14. You see, it has taken that value multiplied by transport, which is F2, press enter. So this guy is deducted to 50, then you pull it down. You'll notice that when I press Control tilde, I'll be in a position to see all the formulas that I have used. So the examiner will tell whether you have lied or whether you have cheated using the absolute, whether you used a relative instead of absolute. So I click Control tilde. We go to the next question. The next question is using a function, calculate the net pay given that net pay is gross pay minus transport. So this is very simple. It is very cheap. So I just go to this point, type equals. We want to use that is a function, which is also a formula there. Using a function, so you can have that one. Let me just check on that. So what you're supposed to do here is just to type gross pay equals to, you click the gross pay minus the transport, then press enter. So this guy is paid 16k, like that. Then you just now drag this one downwards so you can get the net pay. Then from there we go to any other question there. Format the columns containing currency values to 2 decimal places and prefix Kenya shillings. Rename the worksheet as net pay. So this one should be renamed as net pay in capital letters. Then we need to set Kenya shillings. You go to control panel here. Then once you go to control panel, you go to region, clock and region. Then you go to region, that is in Windows 10. then go to additional settings, go to currency, then type Kenya shillings. Kenya shillings as the examiner wants. Then apply, okay. Apply, okay. Then you cross this. So you go to the currency, or these are currencies, highlight, go to home, hit this button for currency up here, and also hit the comma. Sorry, you hit the currency. Then from there you increase the decimal places. They actually two, or you can just click this button here to ascertain that you have 2 decimal places with the Kenya shillings. There we are. Then from there we can go to the next part of the question. The next part of the question, I think the next part of the question should be print. Should be print the stuff. Let's see. So, okay, arrange the records in ascending order of the zone. So you just highlight, then go to data, sort by zone in ascending order. There we are. Then from there we go to the next question. The next question is use subtotal function to calculate subtotals for green leaves delivered, gross pay and net pay for each zone. So you just go to this point, you highlight this, then go to data, then subtotals. You are subtotaling according to zone, using sum, using net pay. So I just click on OK. There we are. So we have zone A, B, C, D, but increase this one so that you can see the grad total for that matter. So then from there, the next question is create a pie chart showing the total green leaves for each zone. The chart should have the following details: title, legend, labels. Save it as pie chart. Then you print the stuff. So what you are supposed to do is to go to number 1 here. We have the zone. You highlight the zone. Hold Control key on your keyboard. Also highlight that one. That one is called selecting non-adjacent data. Then I go to insert pie chart. I can use any pie chart I wish. I can use the 3D pie chart. So this is my pie chart, having the heading and the title. This key is called the legend. Then you have the title. So guys, that's how you are supposed to tackle this paper. This paper is this paper is Friends School Kaimosi Boys Form 3 end of year exam, November 2022. It's a very good paper, and I felt that once you tackle this paper, you can be in a position to tackle KCSE questions. Guys, remember to subscribe, remember to share, remember to comment, and also remember to come back in the channel and see what's new. Thank you very much.